Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have our next match. As you just saw on your screen, it is going to be Quaranteam versus We Take These, which I should also update the match, the stream title. That is a big matchup. That is an NGS Heroic Division matchup. They have played each other quite a few times. I believe they're very highly seeded in Heroic Division. Now they're rolling in for the Storm Division attempt. And we are looking good. Let's take you guys over to map choices. Oh, wait. I realized that I finished this and I didn't actually ask them what the first pick was. So I haven't actually added that into the thing yet. So there we go. Luckily I'm in the lobby, so I could guess, as it were. So it looks like we are good. Alrighty then. Okay. So, let's get this underway and talk about the maps first. Let's get this going. We are going to be seeing that we have Quaranteam batting at Braxis and Tomb of the Spider Queen, whereas we Take These, removing the Dragonshire and Sky Temple, with our first map choice being Infernal Shrines by Quaranteam. Feels good. Alrighty. Looks good, everybody. I need to update the round because we are no longer in round 1 anymore. Round 2. Let's go, fam. Feels good. Alrighty, so teams are filing in and we'll get this underway. In the meantime, let's have a look at the bracket and see exactly how the other teams have been doing, where we're up to. Currently our lobby, words are hard. Our part of the draft has not been updated yet. Our part of the bracket has not been fully updated. But as you can see on other sides, he's literally won. We're able to beat out Brawl is Life, and Team Alexander took out Resurgence of the Storm. They're both waiting for opponents in round number 2. Feels good. Alright, so some of the players still have a pretty small break, but we'll be ready to go in quite shortly. Feels good. In that case, I'll have a quick refresh of this, see if we have any other results coming in here. Refresh page. Okay, yeah, we don't have anything updated yet, including our matches, but feels good. We already have our round 2 match, and we're going to be ready to jump into that very shortly. So, once again, taking a look at these maps, and let's look at what the themes are. So, Alterac has been let through. We, of course, have Braxis and Sky both banned out. Neither team wants to take the honor roll of, let's just ignore these maps and hope that no one plays them. Instead, they remove them, not wanting to take that sneaky risk. Of course, Infernal Shrines is a very standard pickup here. If we're looking at the other maps that will probably be played in this series, we do have Battlefield of Eternity. That's very likely to show up if I had to guess. Cursed Hollow, of course, and Towers of Doom are 2 of the other standards. Volsky and Alterac are both here if the teams decide to go non-standard, but those are to be less expected. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see those popping in anytime soon. Alrighty. Looks good, team. I wish I had my laptop with me so I could, because I don't want to load up my browser right now because my PC is, or due to the fact that I have loads of little sparkles on my stream, I need to be careful about what I have loaded, so I currently don't have any browsers open. So, unfortunately, we don't get to see that. Let's update the stream type. Let's update the streamer, the go live notification, even though it doesn't matter because we are already live, but we'll update it anyway. Make sure everything's sorted. In the meantime, I hope everyone is enjoying the show right now. If you are, please remember to leave a sub if you want to show your support. Maybe drop a donation via the links below the stream. I'm also a humble partner, which I always forget to talk about. Do you like games? I like games. If you like games or books or comics or software, then check out my humble partner links. If you do so, if you buy anything through my humble partner links within reason, I don't think everything in the store gives me a hit back, but most things that you buy using my humble partner link costs you nothing extra to use my link, But if you buy something, then I get a little bit of a kickback. And in the case of the bundles, like software bundles, book bundles, game bundles, then you can choose how much goes to the developers, how much goes to Humble, how much goes to me, and how much goes to charity. Meaning, if you wanted to, you could give the developers 5%, Humble 5%, and then give me in charity a 45% each, if you wanted to. Not that I'm saying you should, but that's something you can do. You can buy your games probably cheaper than on Steam in a lot of cases. You still get them on Steam, and you get to support charity and me. And of course, I believe the merch store's still up. I know that Streamlabs was having some problems recently, but if not, it's still up. There's a beautiful HGC shirt in there that I think you'll enjoy. There's my false dad shirt. There's my which is also one of these beautiful emotes. All of that art is made by the wonderful Arak of the Storm. There's my logo shirt and hoodies. There's a lot of stuff you can do. I really wanted to do some gimmicky stuff, but the store broke quite a bit. But there's some really high quality merch in there. I get very minimal money from that, but if you want to show your support by wearing me on your body, then I would appreciate that support very much. I think I get $1 from every merch item that is sold, so it's literally set to the minimum possible price on the store, plus $1. So I get $1 from everything sold. Excuse me. So far, I think on my merchandise, I have made a grand total of $3 in terms of actual income. But some good stuff. Some very good stuff there. We're waiting for the players to finish getting in. We take these. Running their time. We're pretty early. They have plenty of time. We'll be ready to jump in shortly and get started with this second series of the day. This will be the last series I'm covering. Once again, hello, Zaravan. Why did I say your name weird there? Zaravan. Hello. Hope you're having a good time today. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Hope you're having a good stream. Because we're going to be ready to jump in shortly. We have, once again, 2 players waiting to come in. I just wanted to see if if there were any updates on this, because I always like to keep you all up to date when it comes to the brackets. Nope, still hasn't even been updated, even in the match we are in. Feels bad. Bad to the bone. But we'll be underway as soon as possible once we're ready to go. Come on, teams! Get in. Once again, it's Infernal Shrines. This is the best of 3. I will not be casting the games tomorrow because of how the Storm Division works, but I will be streaming at any other times, at any of the other qualifiers that I can, assuming I'm available. And that does mean that there are chances I will be streaming on the NGS channel as well. As a heads up to you all, the casters who stream on the NGS channel, it's known to be difficult, that's fair. The casters who stream on the NGS channel for Storm Division, only for Storm Division, I believe NGS said that they get the bits and the subs from the Storm Division streams, which is really, really good, and more companies need to do that. So very cool to see they're supporting the casters, considering they want them to cast on their channel. It is good. I believe it's Aero and Murder tomorrow for the semi-finals and grand finals, so best of luck to them. But yeah, in future qualifiers and future times, I will probably be on that channel as well, which is cool. It's a cool little system they set up. They actually consulted me when it came to setting it up, and I gave them very honest answers that if they want people to stream on their channel, they can't ask them to do it for free because that shit's scummy. So it's cool to see them rolling in there, especially when it's a big tournament like this. If you want people to stream, if you want people to stream on your channel, you pay them. If not, you let them stream on their own channel so they can make money. I've run ads since this has started. I've got a sub. I've got bits. It's just how we roll. So I'm glad that they did that for Storm Division. I'm very proud. I'm very happy they took my feedback on board. I think they said they were planning on it anyway, though, so it doesn't matter. They're just good. Yours co-caster ain't mine. I assume that's Sasha's? Sash? Saish? I don't know. Alrighty. Yep, all good. Alrighty, players. All but one player is in. Man, my throat feels bad. It'll be fine. All we gotta do is tank. All we gotta do is power our way through. And everything will be fine. It has made me realise that on my going live message that I spelt the word qualifier wrong. Feels bad. Come on, Trevor! Get in here. I'll name and shame you. Get your ass in this game. We have casting to do so that we can get this underway. Come on. Come on. We take these, of course, the higher seed coming into this. They were seed 1 going into the playoffs of Heroic Division for NGS. So let's see if they can pull it off. Sub to me with Twitch Prime while you're waiting. Let's get this rolling. I'm here to cast. Also, I will be doing more casts. I might start doing viewer casts if I can. Because I realized that I stopped streaming for quite a while. For starters, I was sick. But for second, because I realized that I don't actually like playing games on stream that much. Like, maybe once in a while, but most of the time, it's not that fun. Oh, I mean, I play better off stream, I've realized. Where I've managed to get within 1 game of Masters 4 times, and now I'm in Diamond 2. So feels bad, team. But we have Trevor in the lobby. Feels good. I'm hoping the captains are on the right people. Let me let them know that I am ready. And hopefully we'll be heading into the game to get this going. Once again, it's Infernal Shrines, round number 2. Of the Nexus Gaming Series Storm Division Qualifier number 1. There'll be 6 qualifiers, I believe, with the team who comes first at each qualifier making their way into Storm Division, and after that, it is going to be based on points for the previous qualifiers. Let's get ready to rumble as we take these. Take first pick and first ban. Let's see what they can pull off here. How do we start? We start by killing all of Tetcher's momentum because they are actually strategizing, thinking through their options. So let's have a look at what their options could be. It's Infernal Shrine, so AoE immediately jumps up here. So maybe an Ana to really prevent some of the wombos of those AoE heroes. Zul, still reasonable here. Tassadar, of course, very AoE heavy. Not the favorite of the winners of Heroic Division, but he still has potential. And that's where he is a solid banner here. We don't really have to worry about Rhaegar being an auto ban anymore. Cassia, even with the nerfs, still too scary. Still going to be removed here. Still kind of fun to see that Tassadar and Cassia were both nerfed in the previous patch, and they just don't get played anymore. They just get banned every single round because they're still too good. Whereas Johanna and ETC, they actually nerfed their most important abilities, and all that really did, they made them picked less, but it also just absolutely bodied their builds because now their builds aren't as, they only have like 1 viable build each. Yeah, to see Maiev. Very sensible ban. It's not one that you expect to see every single phase. It's when you know someone is a really good Maiev player. You ban it out of the way. Prevent the player who's good at it from getting all that wombo potential. Alrighty. Sonya going to be banned out here. She's one of the best heroes on the map in general. She is a really solid solo laner. It's in the hands of a pro. Sonya is really hard to beat, but she can be countered relatively well by certain heroes. So it's kind of cool to see her banned out here, but of course she's one of the heroes who can solo the objective super fast. So it's a very sensible removal here. Ana first pick, unsurprising. There's Li Ming, there's Kael'thas, there's Jaina, there's Gul'dan. There's all these heroes who work very, very well with Ana, who could still be picked up here. So picking that as a first pick is very sensible here. Quaranteam, how do we see them open up? With Ana taken away, they have first pick on Assassins, Damage, and Offlane. They are going to pick up their support, Deckard Cain, who's really jumped up in priority since the last 3 patches, and Junkrat. That leaves them a lot of flexibility because they can still pick 2 other damage dealers if they really want to play risky here, as Junkrat can fill in that offlane role, or they can pick an aggressive melee hero who would usually be offlane and allow Junkrat to rotate up once the actual team fights start a little bit and get the rotations going. Mei. First Mei I am going to get to cast comes in here for Tremor with Greymane as the next pickup here. Exterminator is a talent Greymane gets at later levels. Sorry, Executioner. Exterminator is the raider talent. Executioner is going to be available at later levels for Greymane, so that's going to be good value on those sleeps. On those slows from Mei, and of course those stuns. Going to be getting a lot of damage output. Cool to see Mei making her way in. Next bang, going to be Malthael. Very solid here with Mei as a good setup. Malthael works very, very well in the 1v1 scenario, which could make it very risky for Quaranteam to pick a reasonable offlaner here, especially with Sonya already banned away. This might mean they're maybe looking to play Deathwing, or perhaps looking to play Rexar or someone like that. Someone who could really be counteracted by the Malthael, so it's cool to see it banned away. Now then, we take these. They're gonna ban Diablo. They have their tank. Diablo is what they're scared of. Now, auto attack Diablo into Mei is actually relatively reasonable. So they're kind of trying to force out maybe a Garrosh here, where they can gain value that way. There's the Tychus, interestingly enough. That gives them the potential to murder Mei. Maida. Percentage damage to burn through that. And there's Garrosh. So now they have a flip, but very little actual burst to follow up unless they go for the bigger they are, in which case their finishing potential is missing. Their offlaner now is going to be even more important because their offlaner actually has to do damage, because right now their composition is kind of focused around poke and AoE damage outside of course, Minigun of Tychus. Minigun of Tychus will just eat Mei. New Tychus, very strong. There's Hanzo and Thrall coming in here. Now, Hanzo, very sensible here. You have two heroes here who don't actually have a huge amount of burst damage in the form of Junkrat and Tychus. Obviously, Junkrat does have burst at level 10, but that is potentially avoidable. And we see Thrall, very sensible, removing that. Could have been a very solid option for Quaranteam. Quaranteam going to finish up with the Chen because it does actually offer them a little bit of burst, offers them a little bit of disruption, and it means their solo lane is going to be very hard to beat. Thrall doesn't have the best solo lane into Chen, but then again, not many people do. This does make sense why we see Sonya and Malthael banned out, though, because both of them would have had a little bit of a better lane into Chen than Thrall will. So, looking at these two drafts, I do like them both. That Mei is, of course, a wild card. It's our first time really seeing her in pro play. So, very cool coming in from Tremor. The Hanzo, very sensible here, because now they have a good setup with Mei into Hanzo. Avalanche is banned though, but the Ice Wall is still a good setup for a potential Dragon Arrow. In theory, there's a Sundering Ice Wall Dragon Arrow combo that could be done here, but that would be pretty risky. Then they have Greymane as clear up. Whereas on the other side, they're going to be very heavily reliant on the D-push of Junkrat. Tychus, of course, can eat Mei with her being a solo tank here, so there's a lot of pressure onto Tremor here with that Mei, and a lot of pressure onto Garrosh and onto T'Chuggy and Weary Day to keep that Tychus safe, because Tychus is going to be the linchpin of Quaranteam's composition. But enough talking about the drafts, we can do that in-game as we head in. On the left-hand side, it will be Quaranteam. Hello, ooh, that's going to be a name I'm going to pronounce wrong. Celius Rocks? Celius Rocks? Kellius Rocks? One of those three. On the left-hand side, it is Quaranteam with Cookie Man on Chen, Weary Day on Deckard, Unaverted. Going to be playing the Junkrat, Carbon on the Tychus, and T'Chuggy. Going to be playing the Garrosh. Whereas on the right-hand side, we take these. And playing for them, we have Roger playing on the Greymane, Mason Blaze on the Thrall, Xenorus going to be on the Ana, Tremor on Mei, and Infrared going to be busting out the Hanzo. Let's get this going. Looking at our level 1 talents, we're going to be seeing a Echo of the Elements for Thrall. The idea here is to basically get that stacked up so that he can clear the lane from way back. Because yes, there is potential that he could try and percentage damage kill Thrall. Percentage damage kill Chen or use that on Garrosh, but that requires him to step up and hit Thrall or hit Garrosh, which is hit Chen or hit Garrosh, which is super risky because Chen will just kick him and try and force him out of lane, and Garrosh could flip him into dangerous positions. So very sensible, sticking with the safe talent here. He's just going to be able to sustain himself in lane. This is of course a much better talent for sustain once he gets that second charge. See how it works for him. Garrosh starting off with Body Check here, going for that 30% healing reductions so that they can really focus onto Mei and onto the Thrall, because Unstoppable is good from that Ice Block of Tremor, but Now, Cryo Freeze, of course, but that healing reduction will mean that Tremor will not get as much sustain out of it. It also means they can focus on to Thrall, and of course, anyone as a single target, without Ana getting as much single target value. Mei starting off with the more standard heat transfer here, gives her the most easy sustain, keeps her in a little bit of a safer position, and we are seeing the dash coming in from Tychus. There's the flip onto Tremor, percentage damage, uses the Blizzard, shut down any hard engage, so you can blow them up coming in from a Junkrat. Potential for a mine build, we'll have to see. Steel Trap, I would guess, is the more likely idea here, because those silencers will be very good later on. And we see the field study, which is setting up for Ruby later on. Blizzard came out, but Carbon, using dash, able to get out of danger. It is also going to be a simple geometry, best clear talent for this map. Focus coming in. Nice little wall breaker there. Shuts down any attempt at a kill onto Tychus. There's Indomitable, and it's in the rhythm for Tychus. He realizes there's only one tank, so what's the idea? Kill the tank. Flip. In the rhythm. Murders Tremor at least a little bit. Takes some tower damage for his trouble. Needs to be careful, but Tremor unable to be locked down for long enough, just gonna dash out of there. And we are seeing what has become the standard Storm League build here. Cookie Man is currently in the grey. Focus down. Nice little gank from Roger. Well done. Picks up the kill. Sleep Dart comes out. 4 stacks within the rhythm. There's that Ruby as we expected. And Chatter in Teeth. We're going to be seeing some silencers coming in for Junkrat later on. We're seeing Debilitating Dart for the Ana. Nice to see here. This will protect people very effectively, because if they can land that onto the Tychus, it will help them a lot here. Carbon finds Roger in the rhythm stacks. Just gained here. Roger, he's trying to get out. Unaverted came in for the flank, and there's the kill. Sleep Dart just a second too late as they pick up the counter kill, making it 1-2-1 in terms of kill output. Yeah, there's that Crystallize we were just talking about, that 50% spell armor, sorry, 50 spell armor for the Mei. This is going to protect her very much so. It's a more standard build. This will protect her against Junkrat very well. And we're seeing the Matatite coming in for Thrall. Wants to stay sustained in lane. Again, he's up against Chen, one of the most sustaining laners in the game. So being able to try and keep up with that was going to help a lot. Objective being ignored. Instead, we're seeing a split push bot lane coming in for We Take These as they bring down 4 members. You count Mei hanging around here. They're going to try and make the most of that by, for starters, bullying averted. Nicely done. Looking for the stun. Here comes Garrosh. There's the flip under towers. There's Ice Block. And right under the towers. Beautiful concussion mine. And that is the problem with that cryostasis there coming in for Mei. It's really, really good until you realize that everyone knows exactly where you're going to be when you come out. Very nicely done. Good pickup by Quaranteam, and that will protect their bot lane. Echo the Elements is complete. There's Ancestral Wrath as well. Extra percentage damage. It's a lot of tankiness with that Garrosh here. Very sensible. Tychus going to burn through one more. Are they going to time it, or are they just going for it? They're just going to go for this. Double globes, top up Carbon a bit. They have everyone except for Chen up here. And right now, just Tremor on the defense. Everyone else is on the way, but they're a little late. No cryostasis available, so she's just going to tonk that. Tremor just trying to hold. It's a Mortar Punisher. And look at that. Towers and Fort attacking that for a while. Carbon runs it down under Fort. Takes a lot of damage there. They're really putting their effort into killing this Mei. She's just being yeeted across the map. Not the best throw, though, from Garrosh. The overpower does not throw her any further back. Just lifts her up and puts her down. Slight misclick, most likely there, and as such, Mei able to dash back to her team and escape. She has gone for skating away. That little bit of extra movement speed and physical armor, which is a nice little supporting talent for Mei. You very rarely get tanks outside of like ETC who can really buff their allies surrounding them. I guess Tyrael is also another one. But there are very few who have something like that. Weary Day finishes that up, channels it for his team, and looks like they're going for the invade here as level 10 is hit. It's a Lornado and a barrel as Tremor picked up again. The solo Mei tank. Come back to bite him. That was a gorgeous concussion mine. Unaverted. Are you kidding me? Lornado comes out, and they are going to start pushing this. They got Cookie Man root onto Chuggy under towers, but he's got to tank through it. And there's the Odin being used for siege here. They are going right in for this infrared, right into the wall. Keep him locked down with the barrel. And right now, Quaranteam are snowballing so hard right now. They're going to be able to take down mid lane easily. Double camp, Odin. This is just their fort right now. They own this. Thrall's going to come in from the side, get a little bit of harassment as level 10 is available. There is the Ice Wall, because of course Avalanche is bugged right now and is banned. There comes the Blizzard. Locks down all of the Impalers. But those Kha'Zarahs, they won't finish off the fort actually. The reset on the aggro due to that Blizzard will actually save them in this case. D-push on bot lane, unaverted, and Weary Day will finish that up as the trap right over that mine, right over that steel trap with Sticky Wicket. The silence is now here and is now available. Anyone who comes this way is going to be in danger. Hanzo hanging a bet, not even mounted, just D-pushing. Oh dear, feels bad, dude. He's very outnumbered. Explosive Arrow's going to get some good value against Chuggy there. Steel Trap. Steel Trap hiding under the gate there. Finally will pop it. Infrared able to use that. Stays in a safe position in the meantime as well. Very sensible. Roger. Roger, roger. Gonna not grab that camp yet. They're gonna try and time it. That could be good because nothing of the sort has been done on the other side for Quaranteam. That could be a good D push if they're able to keep control there as they once again attempt to bully Cookie Man. Unable to finish the... Oh, they are able to finish the job. The damage coming out. Didn't realize that he was still taking damage from the Grey Health there, and Chen is eaten. And with that, that's a 3-man push coming into this top lane. They're just going to grab this fort, and which means this Fallen Shaman camp is just going to keep going. In the meantime, though, fort being traded in bot lane. Infrared sees it happening, making sure he doesn't miss any experience. May can see that friends are on the way, but there's level 13 coming in. Fallen Shaman just going to roll on in. Chen's going to come up and begin to de-push that, but Head Start going to come in for we take these because they know that Chen will not be here for a bit. Tremor tanks the steel trap, as he can for the moment. We're seeing got to trap them all. 2 traps up. Currently 0 traps up. No positioning. 8 to 16 to Chuggy. Making his way forward. Here's the Riptire. It's looking for its chance, looking for its angle here. Can't find anything so far as here it comes. Gets the backline. Does get Infrared and Roger here. Heal does miss from Xenorus. They're dodging him, dodging their own team. May into the root. Tanking through. Knocks to Chuggy, but great indomitable there, keeping it alive. Auto boost onto Mesa Blazers. They rush forward. Dragon Arrow to the backline. Ice Wall does not hit anyone, but it will completely trap May unintentionally here as they roll forward. Tremor looking to be focused, but he's able to dash away. Odin has been popped. The objective has already been taken by We Take These, meaning Carbon is literally just here for kills, but they're gonna be forced back. The Odin will not grab any figures. This Punisher will make its way in for We Take These. Look to try and get themselves back on the board XP-wise, pull over the wall without Indomitable available. Garrosh rooted down, getting punched by the Punisher. It's an arcane one as they make their way forward. This front wall going to be absolutely eaten here, but look at the D-push value that Junkrat is offering here. That Punisher takes a lot of damage, but it did take a lot off the fort. This is not the Huns or Greymane we're talking about for the side of We Take These. Quaranteam. They have a slightly slower D-push here. Have to be a little bit more careful. Infrared. Wrecking Shot. Burning his way through. No trouble at all. Picks this up. Chuggy will see it's happening, but it is Tremor who he finds with his body, so decides not to flip. Not worth the risk for now. Good scatter arrow. Complete simple geometry. Very nicely done. May continuing standard build here, going for the cooling servos. Getting that 200% cooldown reduction. Very nice to see. Allows her a better chance to escape. Dragon Arrow finds the 3. There's the focus onto Garrosh. Anti-heal grenade, but where's the finisher coming in? Finally, Hanzo will arrive to get that finish as they get the kill. Looking for more, but Lornado has split the team in 2 here. They're looking for Carbon. Riptire is good, and Carbon gets out. The save from cross-map by Unaverted on that Junkrat makes sure that that is only a 1 for 0 instead of a 2 for 0. Nicely done there. Good good save. And that keeps them in this game, but we take these. Taking a very good fight there, but they're going to lose Xenorus. Nice turnaround by Quaranteam. Even though they're down a player, down a member, they are still going for it. They still push hard. Roger's too fast to lock down for too long on the prowl. Prevents the kill onto him. But the great play by Quaranteam there. Knowing their opponents were split, they push forward, they found Ana out of position, and they make it into a kill. That turns it into a 1-for-1, and that is good heads-up play. And even when you're a person down, knowing when and how to make a play like that is really solid heads-up here. So we do see Quaranteam burning through top lane. Jachuki, yes, the Garrosh wave clear, well known for its effectiveness in the Heroes of the Storm community. Mei is out of there. Don't want to take the risk. We're seeing a similar acclamation here. Another very standard talent there. Fort goes down in mid lane. Was already pretty weak from a previous push. Interesting scatter arrow. As this camp is being stolen, Chen's on the way. He realizes that he actually kind of needs to be here, but honestly, there's no vision. They just straight up don't know this is happening and don't want to take the risk anyway. And yeah, that camp's just gonna be taken. They're gonna pull this over to minions so that it pops on one of those. There we go. That's in the path of it. Oh no, he's just gonna activate it himself. You can pull that onto minions. Just try and burn it that way, but I guess you're just going to get healed up anyway. You can just eat it yourself. Just provides vision. Alrighty, we see. We take these. Going to take the defensive position onto the objective this time and get a big head start. Scatter arrow value. Stat on Twitch. Thank you very much for the follow. Golden Shaman camp picked up here. No counter for we take these, as their camp, of course, was stolen earlier, as we saw. Cookie Man looking for Xenorus. Remember, he has Barrel. He wanted to go for it. It's going to be Mei as the target, though. Ice Block already burned. There's the Concussion Mine with the Ancient Blessings, trying to hold it. But there's the Ice Wall, getting 3 members. But Garrosh is one of the targets here. He's going to be focused down. They can't get to him. The Ice Wall saved him. He was on no health, but they can't finish the job here. As no one dies on either side. The chase was good, but no one is picked up. The Ancient Blessings was attempted, but it wasn't enough. The Ice Wall stopping Garrosh from being finished. He's got Seasoned Soldier here. 5% max health, and that 5% saved his ass. If he had that 5% less health, he would be dead right now. And double up, saving him as well. This team steals the cam, and they all make the port. No one interrupts them. This Punisher, completely uncontested. It's a frozen Punisher, but they just aren't into it. Which means, of course, the very first thing Quaranteam do is defend it outside the base. Pull it away from the towers. Protect your fort, protect your keeps. You can lose some of that front wall. The reason you always pull this over the wall is so you can defend it without the enemy team murdering your ass. But if they're somewhere else and you can see them, you protect that keep. You keep that keep alive for later. In exchange, though, they're going to potentially lose 2 forts here. Mason Blaze and Roger. Roger has stayed pretty long. There's the root. Tremor, caught by the Lord Nado, actually. Needs to be careful. Will tank it, though. Ate the shots, backs away. Thunderstorm, by the way, for Thrall. Little slows, allowing his team to get away with those 2 stacks. It's, for starters, it's a lot of extra output. 25% increased damage, always decent. Already almost up to the full stacks here. And that second charge, we already mentioned, Echo of the Elements, going to really make a difference here, get them good value. Weary Day, cleaning up, nice and easy. And unaverted. Currently on D-push duty. Is exactly what we talked about before the game started. D-pushing, keeping everything safe. Doing what he can. So, push comes in to that bottom lane. Just going to get rid of those sappers. Keep it safe. It's already weakened down here. They lost a tower, lost a wall. Can't afford to lose much more. 20 just around the corner for Quaranteam as well. This is why they're not looking to make anything happen. They're more than happy just to wait for lanes to push to them, allow Junkrat to split soak, get them to level 20. And that gives them a good value here. We see it, the nice bob and weave for Tychus. I really like that. So they now have in the rhythm, which is a huge amount of extra time on that minigun. Sizzle and attacks, which means permanent percentage damage coming in for Tychus. And bob and weave, meaning bonus movement speed from dash. Tychus is now going to be basically impossible to kill, and he's always going to be chasing you down. This is a very standard build in Storm League these days, and it's really hard to deal with, especially when you only got one bloody tank. Gonna be hard for them to deal with this. We have the upgraded barrel. Untapped potential, baby. Look at all these ports. They don't want to risk the back door. So they make sure they're here for the defense. They don't have 20. No point fighting on the map. They just go back to base and stay safe. Perfect gems coming in because they only have 1 gem, but 2 rubies is still decent. The upgraded Lornado, they haven't really been getting a huge amount of Lornado value, so I can see that. Bottomless Flask could have been also good, but the fights have been pretty quick, so this has been a huge issue. This will make the fights go longer, though. Earthen Shields for the Thrall. This will help a lot. We have the Hunter's Blunderbuss. Bullseye for Hanzo, so we're not going to be seeing split push Hanzo that we have seen sometimes. Nano Infusion. A very risky rotation across the map. What's May going to go for? Upgraded Ice Wall. 25% reduced armor on anyone who was caught in the Ice Wall. 10 kicks a minion. Gets himself out of there. You can also see that there was a little bit of damage reduction from that Canized Cube from the Decade onto Greymane during that. Also, upgraded body check. Additional charge, healing reduction increased by at a 45%, meaning a total of 75%, of 80% healing reduction. If my maths is correct, which it probably isn't. There's the flip, there's the taunt. 70 healing reduction, 69 healing reductions. They try to focus Dragon out, and it's land. Infrared is eaten. There's the wall. Tremor is out of here. He's going to get out of this. He's focused down. Nice sleep dart from Xenorus. Mesa Blaze looking for more. They're going to try and take out Cookie Man. Junkrat was killed from the side as well, making this a 1-4-1 as Tremor begins getting healed up. There's a long way to go. He took a lot of damage. They're just going to top him up. Yep, active reload. They need him. They need him healthy. They need him at full. They root Chen, looking for the focus. Mason Blaze forced off the point. Currently at 4 stacks of Thunderstorm. He lost the stacks earlier, focusing, looking for Dachagi. There's the cursed bullet, but he flips away. Here comes the Lornado. That's going to separate them, but they're going to turn the focus onto Cookie Man. Going to try and focus him down. No root from Deckard. As Cookie Man forced off the point, takes a lot of damage. Tremor is really looking to make a play with this. As the objective, 25-31 in favor of Quaranteam. They try to push forward with the Odin. Here's the barrel, split the team in 2, forcing Xenorus completely away from Greymane as they focus him down. Anti-heal, and Roger is taken out. They look for Mason Blaze. They look for Tremor. The huge barrel play has put Quaranteam in a position where they can try and use this Punisher to make it to the enemy base. They get the Punisher. There's the wall. That keeps Tremor alive. And with Tremor alive, with Hanzo having respawned, he's cleaned out mid, meaning they can try and defend this. Where are they going? They've sent Mason Blaze. They've sent Infrared. I think they're going to try and stop Junkrat from rotating, but they're not going to do it. Junkrat has gone the other way, meaning they have to be here for this defense. This is not a backdoor. There's the assist pings, because they need help. May's in trouble. Tremor pulled in. He's rolling out. The anti-heal is good. There's the ice block. He's out. Tremor will survive one more time, but the Punisher is pushing in here. Again, Mortar Punisher going to be doing huge siege damage onto this. Carbon is taking damage. Infrared, taunt, barrel, dead. Absolutely eaten. Punisher stun used up. Under keep. Tremor is focused as Cookie Man is eating all the damage. Anti-heal is good. Tremor is low. Mason Blaze is nano boosted. Here comes Roger to try and save the game. For we take these as the Punisher comes over the side. Roger focused down. Cookie Man is the target. Good ice block, but the core is absolutely evaporating. There's no defense on this. And Quaranteam will take game number 1 of this best of 3 series. Nicely done by Quaranteam. Solid push for the end there. Taking control of this series. Again, this is a best of 3 to move on to the next round. Junkrat with the casual 146,000 siege damage. Classic Junkrat there. Really getting the value out of this. Very nicely done. But looking at some of the other stats here, Greymane excuse me, also doing a lot of D push for his team. He was kind of stuck solo laning for a lot because they don't really have a great amount of shrine clear. Thrall with the top hero damage in the game, and that is saying something. This should be Hanzo, this should be Greymane, but because Thrall was the only person who could safely do hero damage, he is the one who tops it. Greymane and Hanzo, and this is indicative of the style of play of Quaranteam, was zoned so often that they were unable to get their full damage output. 9 kills to 4 at the end there. Let's have a look at the talents. As we do see, we already mentioned this Tychus build. Dash keeps him safe in the rhythm and sizzling attacks for the damage output. Quarterback to finish anyone off who escapes, and then Odin for siege. Neosteel was literally just to stop him from getting yeeted into death. Very sensible here. This Garrosh build is new, and I like it. Body check coming in here. That 35% slow and 30% healing reduction. Indomitable and into the fray, very standard. So is Wallowa's challenge. Double up though, because you don't have the armor increase from this, so there's no point really taking the extra. Those way to take defensive measures because you don't have the cooldown reduction from your level 1, and then going for the Seasoned Soldier because it gives you the extra slow on Groundbreaker, an extra charge of the Bloodthirst, which keeps you sustained as well. You don't need the extra flips because you've not statted into flip at all, so you don't need Mortal Combo, you don't need the stun, because all your focus is about getting into melee range anyway, and then of course in a range. That extra charge, 45%, which is 75% healing reduction in total, meaning that you have a huge amount of value, and of course there's 2 charges of that to guarantee a kill. Nice to see. Very nice to see indeed. We have our next map. I am loading into it, and I will see who picked it. Come on, show me. There we go. Alrighty. So, let's have a look at the map. Is this NA? Yes, it is NA. Feels good. Let's have a look at the maps. As our second map of this best of 3 series is going to be chosen by Quaranteam, and it is going to be Towers of Doom, which means we take these. Opted for first pick and first ban. Excuse me. If they're able to take this, then we will be left with Alterac Pass, Battlefield of Eternity, Cursed Hollow, and Volskaya Foundry. Solid maps, solid matchups here. We'll see who's able to come out on top. Let's have a look at the bracket while we're waiting to see how everyone's doing. I'm going to refresh this bracket because, again, it appears that my matchups haven't even been updated. Unless I was supposed to do it, but no one told me if that's the case. Nope, just for some reason, no one's updated the matches I'm casting. But you can see here that Forge Esports were able to beat No U-Tank to go up against VGM Gaming in the next matchup. Winner of that will play against the winner of this matchup, Quaranteam versus We Take These. I don't know the result of CPOG X Fan Club versus Hot Potato either, or Region versus New Game Plus, but they'll be playing against He's Literally One and Team Alexander, respectively. John Boy, you do say that this is you do ask this is America. This is an NA tournament, but teams from any region are allowed, and as such, Team Alexander, which is a full Korean team, including people like Lockdown, is going to be in this tournament, and they have already made their way through, playing with that casual South Korea ping, already able to make their way through their first team and make their way into round 2. Nicely done. But once again, we're going to be getting ready to head into game number 2 of our series. And get this going. I'm seeing, I'm having a look to see if we have updates. I see, I think... What team are you on? Okay, and what team are you on? Okay, can't tell. Because that just says interviewee, not helpful. Alrighty, but we're going to be ready. In fact, it looks like we are. In fact, it looks like they're waiting for me. So let me give them an R to let them know that I am ready. Now we just need a ready from Quaranteam. We're going to be good to go. But it's played on NA servers. Yes, this is all played on NA servers. So yes, don't worry about that. Even with Koreans, it's all on the American servers. It would be a pain in the ass to swap servers midway through, especially seeing as heroes don't carry over cross-server. Meaning also, the Korean players have had to jump on here and level up hero counts, which a lot of them already have because BlizzCon, so they've been able to come over here and level up those accounts while they've been over here, which is kind of cool. Oh, okay. A mistake was made. The lobby's been reset. Someone left. Hopefully someone will update me on why. Okay, now we have it ready. Alrighty, we'll be good to go. Excuse me. Are we good? Yes? Someone hit the go button? Please? There it is! Alrighty, hopefully this one time we make it all the way through. Towers of Doom is our second map of this best of 3 series. Will Quaranteam take their second match and make their way onto the semi-finals? Or will we take these, win their first map, and take us to a tie game? Stat on Twitch, thank you for the 100 bits. Very appreciated, sir. Or ma'am. Or anything in between or miscellaneous. As we see Tassadar gonna be banned away. Same as last time, keeping it normal. Globals, of course, jumped very high up in priority here, so we might see Abatha bans. There's a potential for Vikings bans, but I wouldn't expect so. We'll have to keep an eye out and wait and see. Now, Quaranteam. They're going to ban out Cassia. Very sensible, very, very normal here. So, we take these. Gonna ban out the Abatha. There we go. We called about it earlier. Removing that, taking away that Abatha play. Removes global potential, or removes mule. There we go. Got it out. We did it. Take your time. Removes mule potential, which is a very powerful tool on this map, as it is on most others, except Alterac. Seriously, Abatha's a really good hero on Alterac because it's a very big map and he gets a lot of good value. But Mule on that map actually loses value because the core walks and it can actually out-leash the Mule, and it also heals itself. So yes, the Mule can help sustain the core, but the core can also make the Mule lose value by walking away from it. It's pretty funny to see. Ana, going to be the first pickup for Xenorus again. It was very effective last time. Very sensible pickup here. There's a lot of fighting in enclosed, long areas where Ana can siege down with Sleep Dart. Try and catch people out. Li Ming, stolen away though, would have been the good second pickup, for we take these to go with that Ana. So stealing it away, very sensible. And Stat on Twitch with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you very much for subbing with Twitch Prime. Very appreciated indeed. If you are enjoying at home, then maybe consider a subscription of your own to help support your local casters so that they can continue casting. It's rough times for everyone right now, but we are trying to bring you the joy and entertainment while attempting to make a little bit of change on the side so that we can afford, you know, some of our bad habits like food and shelter. Greybane and Dahaka coming in here. Dahaka, a very rare pickup, going to be making his way in here. Global, of course, is really important on this map, but Dahaka's sort of fallen off in favor of heroes like Falstad recently. So seeing that Dahaka rolling its way in, going to be very sensible as a pickup due to the fact that it leaves them flexible on their second damage unit. Because right now, they don't really have a nano boost target yet. So cool to see. Next, we take these. What do they ban away? With Li Ming Deckard on the board. Tanks have so far been untouched, with Johanna banned out. Yeah, Garrosh becomes the higher priority. Garrosh is countered by 3 heroes. That is Johanna, Muradin Johanna is the top one. Muradin to a lesser degree, because he is tanky enough to absorb and jump away. Or Arthas, because you've just thrown an Arthas into your team. Makes it very hard to deal with. But none of them as much as Johanna, so with Johanna removed, it means Garrosh would have been incredibly hard to deal with, so they banned that away. But now their tank pool has been choked a bit, because ETC on the board without Johanna or Garrosh, who would have been good counters for ETC. So we see Diablo come in as the main tank here. Now this is good, because now they have Nano Boost Chromie Diablo combos, which is a brutal combo to try and set up and deal with. So much burst potential with Greymane to finish off any stragglers. And Diablo does have enough CC to maybe keep that ETC and especially that Chen at bay. So cool to see Diablo making his way in here. Chen coming in fourth time, I think, actually, in a row for Quaranteam. Actually, no, third time. The previous time it was a Cho'Gath. Or a Vikings. One of the two. I think it was a Vikings. Yes, it was Vikings on the first map. Alrighty, so looking at these drafts, ease of play very much in favor of we take these. But Hanzo plus Li Ming is a very deadly combo with incredible poke potential. This is going to force the aggression out of we take these, because otherwise it's going to be poked down forever by Li Ming and Hanzo. And when you play aggressive, it's a lot easier to make mistakes, which is what ETC can punish so easily. With a potential barrel Chen coming in once again to try and isolate heroes or set them up into corners for Li Ming and Hanzo to take down. And of course, the fact that Chen can have a relatively easy lane versus Dahaka, as long as he doesn't get caught by the tongue. This is a situation where the aggression has to come from we take these, and they have to execute it well, or they will be punished, and Quaranteam will be going to the semi-finals. Let's find out if they're able to do it as we head into game number 2 of our best of 3 series and get this underway. Potentially the last map I am casting for the day. We have Quaranteam on the left with Li Ming Carbon, Unaverted Hanzo, Weary Day, Deckard Kane, Cookie Man Chen, and Chuggy ETC. Whereas on the right-hand side, it is we take these with Roger Greymade, Infrared Chromie, Tremor Diablo, which sounds like a cool-ass boss, Zeta Rosana, and Mason Blaze Dahaka. As we make our way into the center point to begin our game, let's have a look at the talents. It's pretty normal across the board, but we are seeing Soul Shield for Tremor here. It's against the Li Ming, very sensible. Chromie starting off with once again for the first time, very standard stuff there, and Dahaka, Tissue Regeneration, no speed bonuses, keeping it safe, keeping it normal, and ETC with Block Party. Also try and protect against that Greymane. Dahaka has already rolled his way back up the top lane. Immediate drag. Gets some good damage onto Cookie Man there, who will be forced to drink his problems away. Because otherwise that grey health would have eaten a lot of his, and is forced to stop drinking when Mason Blaze gets a little bit of damage on him. And good job, Mason Blaze. See if we can keep it up as the game progresses. So we see the rotation coming in. Focus onto Li Ming. Dragon Breath comes out. Does some damage to Weary Day, but not enough to finish the job as Tremor is getting body blocked by Deckard Kane. Deckard Kane focusing the body block, set up the kill onto Diablo. And Deckard Kane killing Diablo is very satisfying to me, as Roger realizes he is in the wrong place and is going to leave and takes a long rotation to scout out his camp and make sure it is not being stolen. Chromie going to be setting up for time troubles, armor reduction. Going to help a lot against all of these heroes when their entire strategy is to burst them down. Chuggy sees that this is happening. Roger and Tremor both showing up here. Tremor going to scout this out, forced Chuggy away. Xenorus as well coming in, tops up Roger. Carbon going to try and siege this setup to see if they can get a kill and a steal. Not going to happen though. Tremor even uses Carbon as an escape route via face into wall. Nice little pick up there, nice little setup as they will keep the pressure on. Ruby coming in there as they begin the focus. Tremor backs away. Keeps it safe for now. Some good face melt. Looking good. Looking good for now as a big orb is going to hit Infrared there. Not enough to finish the job as Cookie Man going to be chilling out. Sustains themselves up. And the clean up onto that bottom lane. Tremor looking for Carbon, but Carbon links away. Right now, we're in a chilled spot where both teams are looking for kills, but it's probably not going to be happening for a while. Dahaka just going to regen up. Here comes that a proper greeting. Extra damage output from Chromie, exactly what they want to see. Are they going to go for the interrupt on bot, or are they going for the double cap? Because Mason Blaze is positioned maybe for the double cap. I think he's worked out Cookie Man's doing that, so he's going for the interrupt here. And is probably going to get this camp. Man decides he just doesn't want to contest this, and they're going for the double top. Hanzo's going to come up here and try and interrupt this. They're going to grab their own. But this will turn into a team fight. Because Hanzo will interrupt this the first time. Chen falls off the point. Camp is taken. Now they have to contest this in a 5v5. 4v5. Chen is gone. They've slept darted Hanzo. Slap darted. Sleep darted Hanzo. Make their way in. Drag onto ETC. Roger in the backline. Power slide. Chuggy is out, but now he's separated from the team. Li Ming, though. Carbon getting huge damage output. Looks for Tremor. Getting big shots onto him. He's gone for Charge Blast, which will help a lot against Tremor, as he's just going to try and ping in the damage. And that's going to be enough to force them off the point. Unaverted. We'll get the channel, making this a 2-for-1 in favor of Quaranteam. Rotations down into the bot lane. Mason Blaze sees no one is going to go too aggressively onto him. He's gone for one who collects, which of course is his job because he's going to be split pushing a lot. There's Calamity coming in for Li Ming. Same build for Decade. Can Ice Cube, Ruby, Field Study. Pretty normal across the board here. They just clean out the minions. Chuggy forced off the point. They're looking for their angle. They're looking for their chance here. Diablo. Sacrificial Soul and Diabolical Momentum. Standard build these days. Sometimes you'll see Feast on Fear, but in this case, Soul Shield, too much value. Roger taking a lot of damage. Can Ice Cube reducing his damage output as Carbon is looking for the angle, but he's going to die to auto attacks instead, unless Ana, Li Ming, Ana, that's finally Roger dies, but they pick up the kill on ETC. In the meantime, steal the camp, which is going to get no value. He's just going to get eaten here by Unaverted. Drag attempt by Mason Blaze, trying to catch someone out of position, unable to do so, but is now going to be chased down, forced to burn the essence. They're just going to try and turn this onto Chen, though, with Chromie damage output coming in. They dodge the Arcade Orb, but Cookie Man, he's too tanky as he holds the line. Infrared is really looking for an angle hit, just misses Cookie Man, and they finally get the kill with the percentage damage from the Sleep Dart of Ana, thanks to that level 7 talent, as they are forced off. Tremor, focused down, has to get out of there because Chuggy is back and it's too risky to stay. They will back up, they will grab their mercenaries, they will heal, and they will be available for the next objective in 10 seconds, with Chromie now having Temporal Loop. Mason Blaze makes his way up top. Couple extra seconds of experience here. Big focus on bot lane. They're expecting to trade our Quaranteam, but they have Li Ming in position, not just to interrupt, but to make Roger regret life choices. First set of channel already comes in for Quaranteam. Remember, they are currently 3 rotations of shots up. If they can get this as well, they will be 4-1. As they are looking around, trying to get this. Cookie Man and Li Ming are very split from their team. Cookie Man rejoins. Li Ming passively soaks a bit. Looking for the damage onto Tremor. The focus is there. He's got his Demonic Shield active. Still eating damage though. His level 10 is creeping in for both teams here. Channel comes in. Dahaka looking for the interrupt. Tremor doesn't get it. Cookie Man with the block. 4 shots to 1. 36 health to 24. Temporal Loop comes out, but the positioning from Chuggy zones them away, prevents the kill. Prevents anyone from getting picked up here. Mason Blaze. Focus down. Focusing down the minion wave. Picking that up. Ping's coming out. Looks like they're trying to make something happen with the slightly earlier level 10s. Lightning Breath coming in for Diablo here. They don't have really anyone to set up for an apocalypse, so it makes sense. There's go for the throw and Nano Boost. They are really going for this. Stun comes out. Counter side. Finally, we see a Storm Earth Fire. Really going for the protection this time. Chen doesn't want to die. There's a lot of burst coming his way. Dragon Arrow, stay a while. Vapor Force. And a Mosh Pit. Tremor. Looking for Carbon, but look at Chuggy, the peeling power. Dragon Breath, though, chunks Carbon. Will survive, though. Gets out one more time. Keeps himself in this. Roger comes in. Are they going to try and steal? They do. Nano Boost Dibbles gets shut down. They went for it, but it's shut down by an easy stun. Dragon Arrow. A not so easy stun. Heads off the map. As Chen comes in, sees Roger, but Roger will make it out. Tremor was looking for Cookie Man, unable to land it. And this appears to have been the game so far. A lot of focus onto trying to kill people by retake these, a lot of aggression, and ETC, Chuggy, has been shutting it down at every turn. Very cool to see here. Weary Day channeling in. Will Cookie Man interrupt? Yes, he will. They go for more. Remember, they are now 5-1. Li Ming has perished. They look for Tetcher. Finally, they got a kill with Go for the Throat. They're looking for Unaverted. Unaverted gets hydration over the wall. And looks like they finally let Mason Blaze pick that up. Which means they are now 5 channels to 2. 32 health to 20. Still in favor of Quaranteam by a lot. But we take these. Picking up that kill. It's their chance. Tremor into the backline. Time trap is good. It means armor reduction. They look for Unaverted. Here comes the Lightning Breath looking for Cookie Man. Another time trap with armor reduction. They're going to try and pick off these clones. Here's the Nano Boost. That's a commitment to the engage. Here's the Temporal Loop. Tremor, he's nowhere to engage on right now. They finally find Chen and are going to make the best of it that they can. Huge focus comes in, but Cookie Man is forced to leave. No deaths in this fight, but they really want Cookie Man, but Roger cannot go further. They cannot chase this, and no one is weak enough for resets of Li Ming. That's going to force the disengage, and we take these, burning everything they can. But Mosh Pit is still available for Quaranteam. This means they are now on the aggressive, looking for their opportunity to try and take a lead. Regenerative Tissue is finished for Dahaka, meaning maximum sustain, baby. Really going to try and keep himself in this game. Shots coming in. Murdering the siege camp. Get those sappers in. Mid lane cleaned out. And top lane is going to be quite dull for a while, although a lot of damage is being taken, but no one's going to gain an advantage, especially if drags won't land like that. Tremor's going to back away as level 13 is now available for both teams. Ancient Blessings coming in, of course. We have the Illusionist mic check. Kind of important to take these days due to the nerf to the... wow, I've forgotten the talent name. To Face Melt. Diablo going with the devastating charge here. Wants that extra burst damage. Really important for this composition. Roger. Pinging away to Chunky. Making the most of it. He's gone for Quicksilver Bullets again. Armor damage reduction from Kanai's Cube. He dives it though. Stay a while. Picks up the kill, but he slept. He's stunned. And Li Ming picks up no kill. Roger. He rolls for freedom. Carbon's chasing him down. Where's Calamity? He dodges it. Roger gets away as we see the Nano boosted Diablo chasing down Weary Day as Chromie is finished off by Chachuggy and Cookie Man. That makes it a 2-for-1 as the God play Roger. He's back, baby, with Xenorus keeping him alive. He dodged the orb to escape that with his Feral Lunge, and they get the channel. And we take these, are back in the game. They're going to try and steal away this camp. This is so risky. Everyone's back, and they realize just how dangerous that was. They back it away. Sleep Dart on Chen. Cheeky percentage damage there as the Huck has already made his way back to top, making the most of this soak, making the most of his global potential to try and give his team a lead, because they have a full level lead now. Despite being 8 shots down, they are in a position where they can try and turn it. Roger's lagging. Roger was lagging and he got away with that. Unreal. Jump back to myself to prevent anyone jumping onto the stream and finding out any information. But wow, what a series so far. We take these, making a big case for taking us to a map number 3 in this series, which is fine with me. It's only 3 AM. I'm still fresh. I'm ready to go. But yeah, what a performance so far. But we take these. They were suffering in the early game, but they're really bringing it back. Quaranteam, though. It only takes one. You just got tilted? Why are you tilted, Big Bird? Why are you tilted? That was amazing. That was insane. Oh, man. Absolutely beautiful. Lag F indeed. His PC was so... Where's my alerts?
I've enjoyed your casting for years. Recently returned to HOTS after leaving disheartened after HG Calypse. Glad to see a familiar face and hear your knowledgeable and passionate calling. I hope you're well and keep your chin up, mate.
I am not well. I have glandular fever, but stat on Twitch, £25. Thank you so much for your incredible generosity. That is insane, and thank you so much. It's good to see people still coming out here to watch these games and show the passion that way. but thank you so much for your incredibly generous donation. It is a very big deal. I am obviously very, very unemployed right now. If I wasn't unemployed before, now with all this COVID stuff, I'm super unemployed. I have come very close to having zero money several times, but I've been able to get the odd very little thing to make it back in. I got a sponsored stream a little bit ago. I have another sponsored stream coming up. Shh. But I'm going to try. I need suggestions. Tweet at me, at Tetcher. I need suggestions for more Heroes of the Storm world records to break. Because that's what I've been doing with sponsor streams. I've been breaking world records. And they need to be silly. They can't be good world records because I'm not good at the game. The first world record I broke was to be the first person to beat Heroes of the Storm AI using only voice commands. The second world record I broke was the most professional Heroes games casted at the same time, where I casted 4 games in each corner of one in each corner of my screen at the same time. So I need another world record to break. Give me those for my sponsored stream so that I can make something fun. And thank you for the sub as we are into the game.
My wife and I are watching the Marvel movies back to back. I'm hoping for some of the later movies I get to face the TV.
Thank you for the sub, CK Walsh. 10-month streak. Thank you very much. Thank you for the joke and the sub. Very appreciated. As we are back into the game. Level 16 is available for We Take These. We have that elongated tongue to Haka looking for his target. We have the active reload combined with smelling salts remove those stuns. Domination for the Diablo. Coming in, and the shifting sands, percentage damage, and there is executioner. They have a lot of stuns, extra damage for Greymane. 16 is about to be hit though by Quaranteam as well, meaning that they will even this up. They've been able to stay out of trouble, stay out of team fights in time for them to get their own experience. Tremor, he was looking for it. He has the reset now with domination, but was unable to pick up the kill. Unable to pick up the second shadow charge due to face melt being value. We see imposing presence, by the way, really sensible. Unusual pickup, but against Greymane and a Diabolical Momentum Diablo, that's really clutch. Single altar coming in here. 16 to 24 on the core health. CATC getting chunked down. Dahaka picking up the final kill as they look for unaverted Nano Boost Diablo. Turn, there we go, he picks up the kill. They look for Carbon as well, into the drag. Are you kidding me? We take these. Where was that? As we see the pickups, the kills, the channels, they're gonna grab themselves bottom for Bell Tower and set themselves up for a Bell Tower lead. They already took the shot, so they don't gain the extra here, but it's now 16 to 20, meaning they are way back in this as they look for Cookie Man. They're gonna try and run him down. His Eaterus doesn't land it. He went into aim down sights. He was looking for the pickup, but Cookie Man is too fast. He's at half brew, meaning he could Brewmaster's balance out of there. They're going to try and focus down the boss here, and if they get this, which right now there's no one stopping them, that is going to even up the cause. Unbelievable. They're back in. The old flip and lick. I like it. I like it as we see Trevor tanking through. We have level 16, piercing arrows, Heraldric staff, getting the stun. Temporal loop onto a sleeping unaverted, who's sleeping with the fishies now as he's picked up once again. And the exact style we wanted to see from We Take These, exactly what they needed to do to win, is showing up in droves, executing their one-shots beautifully as they put themselves in position to try and bring us to a map number 3, baby, as Mason Blaze, big stun though, he's in a rough position and already stuns left. If there's no stuns, he can try to borrow for freedom. There's Ancient Blessings, he isolates, he rolls out, he has Dark Swarm, he's freedom, he drags! Mason Blaze is picked off, he nearly survived that. There's the Earthstorm Fire. They dive for Chromie, who's forced to time out. There's the Nano Boost on Tremor. Chromie lives. It's going to be a wonderful, it's going to be the kill. Unaverted is back, though. Sappers just made their way in bot lane. Completely missed that, but that brings all 3 shots onto the core. And with the channel on this, that's another 5 shots because no one's in position to stop it. No one's going to get there in time unless they drag it over, which they don't have enough cooldown. So yeah, nothing stops them here. We're down to 8 health on the core of Quaranteam. This game is on right now as we take these are looking to take us to map number 3 and get themselves one step closer to guaranteeing their spot in Storm Division. Vision comes out, spots Roger. Makes his way back, it's level 20, right around the corner. Chromie is going to have to be the one to soak it as she is also forced to take a very long way around because she doesn't want to be kicked in the face. Full level away for Quaranteam, though. Full level that they're going to be unable to really take a fight if they don't want to take the risk. We have upgraded Temporal Loop, by the way. Stuck in a loop. Teleports to target a second time. Jesus. This is why Chen is so freaking scary, dude. Here comes the rest of the team. Chromie, no. Temporal Loop. Oh no, the heal didn't come out. Dragon Arrow finds Li Ming. Chen, though, Temporal Loop the second time. He gets out. Li Ming kills Ana. This is terrible. No, Greymane's gone. Unbelievable. Quaranteam. They were on the edge of defeat and they pick up the triple kill. This bell tower is donezo. This bell tower is about to be Dungeon Rings. They dive for Trevor with level 20 bolts of the storm. Hellgate has to be used as Quaranteam are looking to close this out. They reclaimed bot lane. Dahaga's looking to reclaim it. Trying to grab it as fast as he can, but he doesn't have enough siege damage. That's 2 shots with top taken. That will be 10 onto the core, bringing them down to 6. Unless Dahaga could somehow get bot, but he can't take the risk. Cookie Man's on the way. Channel's going to come in. That's going to be 10 onto the core of Quaranteam right now. Sorry, 10 onto the core if we take these. Quaranteam picking up the shots. I can talk tonight. And this game is busted wide open. 6 health to 8. Sappers will be prevented from making their way in. Unless Diablo flips. They get it. They're just going to try and rush that down. But they're losing bots. The chase has begun. We're on the rotation side now, where both teams are looking for their opportunity to try and claim objectives, try and claim bell towers. Quaranteam just trying to keep these chasing. Keep them moving on the map, prevent them from ever gaining a foothold again. Next objective is a single altar in bot lane. It's not lethal unless any of these sappers make their way in, which is looking very unlikely at the moment. You see the focus. Mason Blaze has to be careful. Draken Tempt was there. Lost half his health for the trouble. Temporal Loop comes out. Lightning Breath trying to set it up. Huge damage onto Roger. The Chen tanks it. There it comes. We use the Hellgate. Unaverted picked off though. Makes it a 1-for-1. Tremor takes Weary Day into the death zone. One of the Sappers makes his way in. There's Lethal on the core now due to the kill. But Carbon is focused down. He blinks away. Carbon, he's on 60 health. He gets out 69. Nice. As the altar begins to channel. It's Xenorus, Mason Blaze, and a now soulless Diablo coming in to hold this game against Cookie Man, Chuggy, and Li Ming. Carbon makes her way down. Dahaka burrows in because a single sapper made its way in. This is now lethal, and this is an all-or-nothing play. Excuse me, for we take these. Ana's in a terrible position right now because Chen's found her. Xenorus is in danger. They need to stay alive. There's the kill. Xenorus is down. It's tanks all the way down now. Isolation onto Carbon, but they missed the drag. Looking for the pickup here as Mason Blaze chases him forwards. Quest complete for Tremor. We have the respawn onto Greymane, but Mason Blaze is done, leaving just Tremor, but he's lost everything. No souls. Carbon reset. Greymane knows he can't make it. There's the GG called Dragon Arrow. That's GG. And Quaranteam make their way on to the semi-finals. GG's for Quaranteam, making their way on to day 2 of play in the Nexus Gaming Series Storm Division Qualifier number 1. Let's have a look at those stats at the end there. 13 kills to 12. One of the highest kill games we have seen so far. And it all came down at the end to Chen diving into the death zone to kill Chromie. What a play! What a play! The green is real, and I love it. Making the most of the fact he's basically invincible unless he loses the Storm Chen. And just rolling in, picking up the kills, and rolling out. Let's have a look at some of those talents. Li Ming, 75k damage. Diablo, top damage on his team. Also, look at the damage differences here. Just how much damage that we saw Quaranteam actually had to do to kill people. Because they had to take longer fights due to Hanzo and Li Ming to set up enough damage for Li Ming to actually kill people. Whereas on the side of We Take These, their entire strategy was to 100 to 0 people, meaning actually overall they did less damage than their enemy teams because people died so quickly that there was never any real chance to heal. Absolutely insane. Nicely done. Let's have a look at some of those talents like we said earlier. Big talent calls here. Elemental Conduit. 100% of Chen's max health, meaning that those spirits were real tough to kill. Perfect gems, double rubies, which is what allowed them to dive so hard at the end there. The Dragon Arrow, just a cool pickup here, worked very well. Piercing arrows, of course, maximum damage output for the Hanzo, because you really want to hit multiple people with those scatter arrows. I still love this. I still love Imposing Presence. Picking that up versus a Diabolical Momentum Diablo and Greymane is a really smart play. And also, technically, Dahaka. Feeding Frenzy. Clutch pickup here. Diablo, really solid build, well executed, but in the end, not able to pick it up. Got left alone. The second he died and those souls were gone, that game was basically over. They held out for a while. Ana also... I don't understand why Xenorith didn't rejoin up with the team a little earlier, because she got herself caught out by Chen, and the second Chen was on her, with Chen with that big burst damage coming out from Ring of Fire and Accumulating Flame, it was basically impossible for her to get away, and the second she was gone, that game was over. She probably would have been picked off anyway, like we say, once Diablo lost all those souls, there wasn't enough protection, but in that case, it was a really nice pickup, really nice, a little bit of mispositioning, but a well-played game. Let's see if we have any updates onto our bracket before we close up for the night, because that was the last map I am covering. I don't know if this just isn't being updated, or... Yeah, no, it's just not being updated, because we haven't even updated our first part of the maps yet. 300. Here we go. Where's the voice? Why didn't that one read? Damn it! Alright, I asked my son to bring me a phone book, but he laughed, gave me his iPhone, and called me an old man. Now the spider is dead, the iPhone screen is cracked, and my son is pissed. Classic. Love it. Love that one. Alrighty. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. I'm only covering the first round this time. Tomorrow's games will only be cast on the official NGS channel. So I will not be casting those, unfortunately. But I'll see if I can get my hands on replays, and I'm going to start streaming just my casts again when I can get back to it, when I'm feeling healthy. But yeah, for now though, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed yourselves immensely. If you have, consider dropping a donation like we've seen earlier today from incredibly generous people like Stat on Twitch. Thank you for dropping the subs like CK Walsh, like Weedus earlier, like Stat on Twitch. Thank you very much for your generosity there. And maybe consider dropping some bits where they are all very appreciated. Stat on Twitch, CK Walsh, again, thank you very much for those, and Weedus. And did I miss someone? I'm pretty sure I missed someone. Who did I miss? Nope, those were the ones. Alrighty. But thank you all for your generosity. Also, if you want to get something physical, I have a merch store linked below where there's a beautiful HGC shirt with my face on it I am stuck of, including some other ex-HGC cast analogs. Maybe it's them, maybe it isn't. And definitely there's no Heroes properties in there. Definitely not. Or, if you check out my humble partner links below the stream, you can buy bundles of books, games, software, or stuff in the humble store. And if you do it using my affiliate link, you pay nothing extra. You can sometimes support charity, and you support me, because I get a little bit of a kickback just because of the fact you used my affiliate link. It costs you nothing, and it keeps me feeding. because that's what I like. I like food so I don't die. Although I have been eating less because, for starters, food's expensive, so it's actually cheaper for me to go on a diet. So that's the play. For now, though, that's going to be it for me. I'm going to raid over to whatever stream is still going on from the Storm Division qualifiers. Make sure to tune in tomorrow on a Nexus Gaming series as the Twitch channel for the semi-finals and grand finals. I'm pretty sure that's Murder and Arrow, but you'll find out. And, of course, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, all linked below. Thank you all very much for watching. I've been Tetcher, your caster, and I will see you all next time for more Heroes action. Thanks you all. See you later. Bye!